Varginha, Minas Gerais, Brazil, January 1996. The camera flies over dark fields of Minas Gerais. Sounds of crickets. A strange light crosses the night sky, leaving a trail of smoke. The burning object descends irregularly over the rural region, near Varginha. Interior of a simple house. Aurelina Augusta, 67-year-old farmer, wakes up startled by a deafening noise. She runs to the window and sees white smoke rising from a nearby pasture. 1 week later, January 20th, 1996, the city wakes up peacefully under the 3:30 p.m. sun. Dirt roads, simple houses, children playing. 3 teenage friends walk along Beneven Braz Street. Liliane Silva, 16 years old, her sister Valkyria Silva, 14 years old, and Katia Xavier, 22 years old. They chat animatedly about trivial matters when Liliane suddenly stops. Liliane, guys, ... What is that? All three look at an empty lot. Near a low wall, crouched, is a bizarre creature. Oily reddish-brown skin, approximately 1.50 meters tall. Large head with 3 protrusions, huge red eyes, long thin arms, bowed legs. The creature appears injured, breathing with difficulty. Katja trembling, voice that's not an animal, ... The creature slowly turns its head toward them. Its red eyes glow intensely. The 3 girls scream and run desperately down the street. Liliane and Valkyria arrive home in tears. Luisa Helena Silva, their mother, tries to calm them while they speak at the same time. Hysterical. Luisa Helena, calm down. Girls. One at A. Tom Liliane crying, Mom, we saw. There was a ... a demon. A monster in the empty lot. Valkyria had horns on its head. And the eyes ... The eyes were red. Luisa Helena, initially skeptical, sees the genuine terror in her daughter's eyes. She immediately calls the fire department. 2 fire department vehicles arrive at the location. Lieutenant Marcos and other firefighters get out with equipment. They search the area, finding strange marks on the ground and an oily brown liquid with a strong ammonia smell. Lieutenant Marcos, too, another firefighter. There are footprints here, but they're not from any animal I know. They follow the trail until losing the signal near the municipal zoo. Marcos talks with his superior. Captain Alvarenga, do you really think you saw something? Lieutenant Mamarcio's captain. Those girls were terrified. And the trail, I've never seen anything like it. The footprints had 3 toes. Captain Alvarenga sighing, I'll have to report this. Prepare to receive visitors. The zoo's caretaker, Ernesto, 52 years old, makes his last rounds. He hears strange noises coming from the animal area. Lions roar nervously. Monkeys scream frightened. Ernesto follows to an isolated corner and freezes. The creature is there, curled up, visibly weakened. Before he can react, a white military S10 truck parks violently near the gate. 6 heavily armed military personnel, wearing uniforms without identification, quickly get out. They wear thick gloves and carry a containment net. Soldier 1 over radio, target located. Sector 3. Initiating containment. Ernesto hides behind a tree, watching the surreal scene. The soldiers surround the creature. It tries to move, but is too weak. With precise movements, they wrap it in the net and place it in a metal box. Soldier 2, careful. We don't know if it's contagious. The operation lasts less than 5 minutes. The truck leaves at high speed. Dr. Leah Jorge, 38 years old, surgeon on duty, is awakened by Nurse Maria de Fatima Doctora. There are military personnel here. They say it's a national emergency. In the hallway, 4 soldiers wait with serious expressions. An officer approaches. Officer Darlier, we need your operating room. Now, Dr. Liar, what is this about? Officer, classified information. Please, cooperate. Dr. Lear is escorted away while the military isolates an entire wing of the hospital. Covered stretchers are hurriedly taken inside. Title on screen: School of Arms Sergeants. Tres Corazones. Images: Sergeant Marcos Seaga, E.A.H. 23 years old, exemplary military officer, is summoned along with other soldiers for a special operation. Commander information: you have been chosen for a maximum security mission. Nothing you see or do can be discussed. Is that clear? Soldiers in unison: yes, sir. Marco and his team are transported by truck to Varginha. Inside the truck, Marco talks quietly with another soldier, Edelson. Ed also on. Do you know what this is about? Mahacio, they say they captured something. Not human. Edelson nervous laugh. You're kidding, right? Marco doesn't respond, looking out the window with concern. Marco and Edelson are assigned to guard a refrigerated room. Through a small, reinforced glass window, Marco observes something that leaves him paralyzed out inside the room. On a metal surgical table is one of the creatures. It is motionless, possibly dead. 3 scientists in full protective suits perform procedures. The creature exhales a putrid smell even through the filters, Marco whispering, "My God, it's real." ... Marco is in a hospital bed, connected to various devices. His skin is pale, covered with purple spots. He coughs up blood. His young wife Antonia holds his hand, crying, "Realidade desejada. Cesario Lincoln to Antona Mrs. Cheresi. His condition is deteriorating rapidly. It's an infection we've never seen before. The antibiotics aren't working." Antonia desperate, but he was healthy. He's military. He exercises every day. Dr. Cesario. No. But something contaminated him. Through the room window, 2 agents in suits watch silently. The Silva family is gathered. 2 men in suits knock at the door. Luisa Helena answers. Agent 1 showing identification. "Good evening. We're from military intelligence. We need to talk to your daughters." Luisa Haklanaya, "My daughters already told everything to the firefighters, agent." "Too firm tone, ma'am. This is a matter of national security. It would be better to cooperate in the living room." The agents interrogate Liliane and Valkyria for over an hour, asking the same questions repeatedly, trying to find contradictions in their accounts. "Agent 1, are you sure of what you saw? Couldn't it have been an animal? A sick dog?" Liliane firmly, "It wasn't a dog. It had 3 protrusions on its head and walked upright." The agents exchange glances. "Agent 2, for your own good and your family's, it would be best to forget what you saw. Understand?" Marco is alone, his breathing labored. He opens his eyes with effort upon seeing a uniformed general enter the room. General approaching Sergeant Sir, "Your country thanks you for your service and your sacrifice." Marco, weak voice, "What? ... What was that thing?" "GNR, something that should never have been found. You understand that all of this is classified." Marco coughing, "My wife, my family, will they be okay?" "General, they will be taken care of. You have my word." The general makes a respectful salute and leaves. Marco closes his eyes for the last time. Title on screen. Sergeant Marco Cheresi died on February 15, 1996. Officially from pneumonia, the city is bustling. Journalists from all over Brazil arrive. TV cameras, reporters interviewing residents. Ubera Yara Rodriguez, ufologist, coordinates interviews with witnesses. TV reporter to camera. Varginha has become the epicenter of what may be the largest documented case of extraterrestrial contact ever in Brazil. Dozens of witnesses report sightings, and rumors about secret military operations are spreading. A colonel presents a report to superior officers. "COLONL, gentlemen, we managed to contain the situation. 2 specimens were recovered. 1 did not survive. The second was transferred to appropriate facilities. All civilian witnesses have been ... oriented. Superior O and the sergeant. COLON, ill unfortunate casualty. The official autopsy will indicate natural causes. Superior O run the media. Clunaware working on the narrative. Weather balloon, mass hysteria, the usual protocols. Liliane, now 17 years old, watches the news. A military spokesperson appears on spokesperson TV after extensive investigation. We concluded that the sightings in Varginha were the result of a combination of factors. Local animals, misinterpretations, and in some cases, tasteless pranks. Liliane turns off the TV angrily. Liliane, to her mother, "They know what we saw. Why did they lie?" Luisa Helena, tired because sometimes the truth scares more than lies. Daughter Antonia Cheresi, dressed in black, places flowers on her husband's grave. The tombstone reads, "Sergeant Marco Eli Cheresi, 197-21996, served with honor." She touches Marco's photo on the tombstone. "Auntie, I know what happened to you. And one day, everyone will know." A car travels the road leading to the city. The sun sets over the mountains of Minas Gerais. At the entrance to Varginha, a sign, "Welcome to Varginha, land of UFOs." The camera slowly rises, showing the peaceful city at dusk. What really happened in Varginha in January 1996? 3 teenagers saw something that changed their lives forever. Military personnel conducted secret operations. A young soldier lost his life. and the government denied everything. But the witnesses remain firm in their accounts. Perhaps we'll never know the whole truth. Or perhaps the truth is still being hidden, awaiting the right moment to emerge. The camera continues rising until Varginha becomes just a point of light in the dark vastness of Minas Gerais. This film is based on events reported in Varginha MG in January 1996. More than 60 witnesses reported sightings. The three young women maintain their testimony to this day. Sergeant Marco Therese died 13 days after the incident. The official cause was pneumonia, but his family questions this conclusion. The case remains without satisfactory official explanation.